This time I will be again slightly longer than our regular 5-minute limit, but I know that you can bear minute more. Within our latest videos, we focus on sales methods and techniques that can be used when addressing a potential customer with the aim of establishing sufficient need, allowing the customer to decide to close the deal. Determining which approach is the right one is the art of sales, but can be learned. To refresh our knowledge, in previous videos we already covered selling with technical data, with details emphasizing, selling by comparison, selling by utility value, by price minimization, selling in hurry, selling with discounts, and selling with added value. This time we will cover 3 more techniques. Last one is my favorite method. Check it out. Let's go to the business.
Sales and Marketing Guru presents 5-minute sales lessons.
Selling through mirroring. Mirroring the conversation partner is one of the sales techniques. But it's not only used in sales, it can be used in any form of conversation where you want to gain the favor of the person you are talking to. It involves body language, which we perceive differently than what we hear during a conversation. Expressing body language mostly happens unconsciously, and inexperienced conversationalists may not consciously notice the signals conveyed through body language. This can be advantageous and used if you are familiar with these techniques. However, it requires quite a bit of knowledge and, above all, sufficient practice. Mirroring is done by imitating the moves, but it should not be obvious. So, for example, if the conversation partner leans forward, we do something similar. If they lean back, we do the same. And so on. Whether they cross their legs, they cross their arms, etc. This way, we get closer to the conversation partner, and it will be easier to build enough trust to guide the sales conversation towards a purchase. Trust, as mentioned several times before, is one of the fundamental prerequisites for closing a sales deal. You can learn more about mirroring in many manuals that discuss body language and neuro-linguistic programming. Selling with technical jargon. This approach can be suitable for a conversation partner who we believe is familiar with these expressions and will recognize our expertise through them. Another possibility is when the potential buyer is entirely ignorant in this field and, in order not to reveal their lack of knowledge, will constantly nod or agree with our statements. In both cases, we can hope that the conversation will proceed in a positive direction. However, especially in the second case, when the conversation partner is unfamiliar with the terminology, the opposite can also happen. In such a scenario, there is a possibility that the conversation partner will completely shut down because they may perceive us too technical for their level, and they won't buy anything because they feel we are trying to manipulate them. Therefore, it is essential to use this technique very carefully and only in situations where we are genuinely confident that it could yield positive results. And now my favorite technique, selling with expert analysis. In this form of sales conversation, we must be well equipped in advance with analysis, data, spreadsheets, and above all this data must have verifiable and sufficiently broad background, such as the number of the people who participated in a survey or an analysis prepared by a reputable professional organization. We should also be well versed in the analyses ourselves, know them well, and be able to explain them, because it can always happen that our conversation partner asks a more complex question for which we must always have prepared an answer. So if we are not well versed in understanding analysis, it may be better to postpone their use until a later time when our knowledge in this area is already sufficient. Analysis can relate to our sales, for example, sales growth, indicating that we have a good selling items that people are buying. A comparison of the quality of our sales items can also be compared to the competition, but we never criticize the competition. Instead, we always highlight our own products. Analysis of past customer satisfaction, where several factors can be mentioned. For example, the product's lifespan, its usefulness, etc. We can also mention customer retention rate. If you are interested in other topics in the field of sales or would like to learn more about the current topic, I can recommend a book that you can purchase through the links provided below in the description of this video and also the description of the channel. You can check our other videos. 2 of them are here somewhere and here, I guess. And if you like what we do here, please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching till the end.